Good morning. Yesterday I was talking about my reading as a child or a teenager, early teenager. By about ninth grade, I discovered there was such a thing as truly serious, great literature. Eighth grade, probably, uh, but the fun stuff. Uh, and I wanted to say that well, the great stuff is fun too. The Edgar Rice Burroughs books that I read. Uh, He was. I'm reading one now. I just decided I'm going to go back and read one. I don't remember ever having read it before. The Cave Girl. The thing is, he's a good writer. I wish I could write as well as he writes. Now his subject matter is just, you know, for fun. I guess he's carrying no, to the extent that he's carrying any kind of a message in his writing. It's probably not politically appropriate now. It's all it's, but it's I don't want to shortchange him. I think he was a great writer. But anyway, that's the other thing. The main thing I want to talk about today really is this cold, the heating systems that we have, and to some extent advice. I mean, living in the house that you live in. Uh, Hopefully, it was designed with extreme conditions in mind, but there are some real flaws in modern day housing. In the first place, houses are too big. When you've got extreme weather like this and extreme cold, I was listening to a guy on television giving advice, and the advice he was giving was so obvious. He said, "Oh, I don't know. One of the things was stay in one room, close all the other rooms off, stay in one room if you really get in a heating emergency." I'm not sure what all else he said. Oh, stuff like wear lots of layers of clothes and all that. Some of it's so obvious, but low ceilings is another thing. Now, the house that we live in, I've largely built it from a very small, maybe appropriately built Sears house, which are, I think, 24 by 24 foot. It was just a basement right where I am. It didn't even have really a roof. Well, I don't know if it ever had a flat roof with just tar paper. I think it did have a roof, but it was right on the basement here. Then later on, my grandfather jacked that roof up and then put the small Sears house under it. I mean, it was just a basement. I remember the hired hand, Aaron Snowberger, I think was his name. He lived here, uh, where I'm probably going to end my days. But anyway, small. Small is beautiful. A guy wrote, I don't know if you ever heard of that book. I don't think I ever read it, but it influenced me a lot. Shoemaker, I think was his name. Small is beautiful. Yes, a big house. Make it smaller if it can. If hopefully it's been made with that idea that you can close things off. This house, I was saying, I added on an addition over there that's as big as the original house. There's an upstairs I added onto it, but that we don't heat in the wintertime. The upstairs heats, but we could close it off. We could really even close off the first floor right here if we just shut the water. We could live here, and of course our heating system, that's another matter. It's so comfortable and it's so quiet and it's really so efficient, but it has thermal mass in mind. The temperature outside right now I think is 2 degrees again. The house stayed 72, pretty much steady all night, with my son and I once an hour or once every couple hours putting wood in the furnace, and it just stayed level. It didn't get hot and then cold and hot, and it just stayed level because of all this thermal mass that I've put in here. But I don't know if thermal mass is even much considered nowadays. They're all into insulation, real thick, real efficient insulation. That doesn't beat just being small. I mean, yesterday I was talking about I'm missing the time when people lived with their animals, with their farm animals. My farm animals, amazingly, they do okay out there, as long as with no heat. As long as they are sheltered from the wind and the rain, and have a chance to get together, they're okay. Humans are the ones that, in this climate, is pretty rough. So, like low ceilings, and so many houses, they have these cathedral ceilings because they think they look nice. Well, they're not practical. You know, last year, Gabriel the homeless, he slept the night up there in a mountain when it got to be 14 below. I'll remember that figure always. 14 below, and he was in a tent by himself, but the tent wasn't much bigger than he was, and it wasn't a good tent either. But he was bundled up and curled up, probably in a fetal position, and tough young man too. I thought surely he's not going to survive, but he did, and his comment was, "It is what it is." I will not forget him saying that too. Well, this is a time that tries men's souls, but it also is a time that tries men's ingenuity and wisdom and planning for the future. Oh, I know the one other subject I wanted to say was natural gas. That's the heating system. That's the fuel for most heating. I just heard on TV in the United States. Most people heat their homes with natural gas, more than coal, more than wood, more than electricity with heat pumps. And the price of natural gas jumped 30% at one point over the last couple of weeks, and it's kind of steadily gone up to 20% higher than it was. Well, they say the shit's going to hit the fan eventually, because natural gas, maybe this is going to be the thing that wakes people up to fossil fuel dependency, because natural gas is not only used for heat, it's essentially feeding half the world's human population, because natural gas is by far the main, almost the entire ingredient in nitrogen fertilizer. And it's highly inefficient. It gets something like 1 calorie of food out of 14 calories of natural gas and fossil fuels put into growing that food. Maybe this is going to be the thing that wakes people up. But in the meantime, I'm sympathetic, and I really think gathering people together in a small space is done, even if it means closing some houses off and going into one house, drain the water or whatever you have to do, and gather into one house. I think about my first wife, Joyce. She's living in a city, and I think she's okay. She's pretty smart, and we talked about it, and she kind of has a plan. If the power goes off, that's the thing. Because I suspect even the natural gas furnaces, although natural gas could come out of a propane tank without any power, but there's probably fans, there's probably thermostats that are all electrical. I don't know. Well, anyway, I'm sorry for those that are suffering right now with this cold, and we've got about another week of it. Bye for now.